I often think it's not about party policies, because party policies change, and as party policies are, I sometimes disagree with. It's conservative values which made me join the Conservative Party. It's all about a party which empowers people, a party which encourages and rewards hard work, and that's the essence for me, because that makes everyone wealthier. And when I say wealthier, I don't just mean in cash terms, I mean wealthier lifestyles. I think I get involved in lots of projects, transport issues, bypasses, campaigns for better health services. I think when I make a real difference is when I meet businesses and people one-to-one. Sometimes people don't know about it, but it's just those people you're helping on a one-to-one basis, sometimes helping a business to expand or giving them advice or putting them in contact with the right people, and they're grateful for what I've done, and I'm grateful that I've made a difference in that particular business. Well, I think when you go into an election, you always have to go in with the ambition that you're going to win outright. You always go in with that approach. But yeah, of course, you've got to accept that, especially in Wales, politics is very different. We've not got one party that's well ahead. We've got two opposition parties effectively now in the Assembly. So I think in Wales especially, you have to go in with the attitude of willing to work with other parties and finding common ground. So I think you've got to work on those relationships, especially opposition parties. So in the Assembly, we've got to work together, because if you're going to have an impact for change, you've got to work with other parties, and that's part of the nature of Welsh politics, I think. Well, if you look at the last Assembly election, what was the top priority in the Conservatives' manifesto? Above all, it was health. Health, health, health. That's what's important to the people of Wales. I know, from a constituency point of view, when my constituents contact me, health is the most important aspect in their lives. So for me, a Conservative government would make health a top priority. We know that, and we also know that the Conservatives would fund the NHS in Wales to the extent that it should be. And that's not happened under the Socialist Labour government. Yes is the answer. Rural Wales is an area I represent myself, and the accusation from my constituents, from people in rural Wales, is whatever their party politics is, we don't get the support from Welsh Government. The Welsh Government is very urban centric, so we don't get that, and rural Wales does need some more support, especially when it comes to making sure you adequately fund rural communities, because delivering services in rural parts of Wales is always going to be more expensive, and I don't think the Welsh Government appreciate that. I think, I'm somebody who voted to remain, but we're all on the same side now. We're all Brexiteers now. We're all on the same side, regardless of how we voted and whatever our politics is. I just think we're a great country. We're Great Britain. We're a great country. We're one of the strongest economies in the world, and I think I always thought, whatever way the country voted, we're going to be successful either way. So certainly, I do believe that Brexit gives us new opportunities that we didn't have before. I think we can now have new arrangements with countries around the world that we weren't able to before because of EU regulation, so we can open up to new markets. I believe we can perhaps go back to some of the countries that we also had good trade relationships in the past, in terms of thinking about the Commonwealth countries as well. Workers certainly do have a right to strike, but also the public have a right to receive a service. I think that's important. We've got to get the right balance here. I think the Welsh Government is putting their priorities into this bill, and look at other bills which could come forward. Thinking about the autism bill. That's a priority. The gallery is packed when there was a debate on that in the Assembly just a few months ago, but the government's not taking that forward. So it's about priorities here, and I don't think the government's got its priorities right on this.